hands farm strong and his old bloodhound, gets yanked out of his barn and dropped in the richest neighborhood in Dallas. 2026. Scene 2. 2026 Dallas, Texas. Highland Park. They land in the middle of a perfectly cut lawn in front of a huge mansion. Loud car outside, pool in the back. Big glass windows, nice neighborhood, everything screaming influencer money. Bravo shakes, sneezes, then sniffs the air. Mateo looks around at the giant house. Mateo, wherever this is, people ain't starving. Out walks Mijo, early 20s, clean sneakers, soft hands, hairstyle from TikTok, smartwatch on his wrist. He's holding an iced coffee the size of a gas can. He's successful online, YouTube, brand deals, all that. But his body is soft, belly a little out from pizza and energy drinks. He's not weak, just normal 2026 soft. Bro, why is there a cowboy in my yard? Cowboy. I'm a farmer, Hijo. I grow your food, or at least I used to before the sky kidnapped me. Bravo sniffs Mio's shoe. Is this like a prank collab? Am I getting punked? You smell like sugar, coffee, and air conditioning. Where's your barn? Mijo laughs. I don't have a barn. I make videos. I trade crypto. I have 3 editors and a brand manager. I work hard. He checks his watch proudly. I work out 3 times a week, 1 hour each. Doctor says that's the recommended 150 minutes. That's what the internet says too. Mateo looks at him like he just said, I brush 1 tooth 3 times a week. Let me ask you something, Mijo. If you hire a man to help on the ranch and he only shows up 3 hours in a whole week, you gonna pay him full wage? Well, no, but that's different. How? You expect your body to be a strong worker while you treat it like a lazy employee. 3 hours of exercise per week, then 40 hours of chair, screen, and pizza. That's not training. That's a hobby. Mijo blinks. No comeback. Mateo keeps going, gentle but sharp. You want blue-collar strength with lazy couch effort. You want a 50-hour paycheck from 3 hours of work. Life don't run that way, son. Bravo barks once like, preach. Scene 3, gym versus ranch. Cut to Mijo's home gym. Ring light, camera, neat dumbbells, treadmill. Mateo looks around. You got a whole gym in here and still walk like your feet are allergic to dirt. I lift heavy, okay? 3 days a week. That's what the app says. It's optimal. Mateo grabs a 60-pound dumbbell like it's a potato. In my world, this is the bucket for the starter chores. I didn't work out. I worked. If fence needed fixing, I fixed it. If cow got loose, I ran. If storm threw a tree across the road, I moved it or I didn't go home. Simple. Yeah, but I don't need that. I make money with my brain now. Girls don't care about strength. They care about status. Look, I'm just saying. I heard this from a real doctor online. Your body knows when you're just doing regular work, like construction or lifting all day. That's just labor. Your body gets used to it and stops growing. If you want to really build strength and muscle, you got to lift heavy in the gym. That's where real results come from. Farmer, calm but sharp, looking him dead in the eye. Boy, your body don't know the difference between a barbell and a bucket of concrete. It only knows stress, pressure, resistance. You think God designed us to only grow inside a fluorescent room with mirrors and Spotify? You carry sacks of feed uphill for 5 hours, drag a sled of hay through the mud, wrestle a bull's head to tie a rope, and tell me your muscles don't grow. The problem ain't work. The problem is people stopped respecting work. Now they want to lift for likes, not for life. You think a man who lifts 50 buckets a day, climbs stairs, hauls sacks and tools, you think that don't build strength? Real-world stamina and grip from hell. Gym strength is real, but so is earned strength, forged by fire, not mirrors. Mateo raises an eyebrow. Mateo, you think God gave you muscle cells just for decoration? Strength ain't just for lifting things. It's for lifting people when life hits them. Family, neighbors, strangers on the highway, they all deserve a man who can still run, still carry, still show up. Mijo looks down at his soft hands. Mijo, my followers say hustling online is enough. Your followers ain't the ones who will pull you out of a burning car. Silence. Scene 4. The mall of processed everything. The time portal opens again. Mateo, Matijo, and Bravo stumble out into a huge, modern Dallas mall. Neon food courts everywhere. Burgers, pizza, fried chicken, ice cream, energy drinks, natural flavor, everything. Mateo walks through slowly, eyes scanning every sign. Teo's voice as inner monologue. I walked that whole mall and everything glowed, everything shouted, but almost nothing was real. Sugar in the bread, sugar in the meat, oil in the salad, real beans and rice, hidden in some gourmet corner for $30 a plate. He points at a healthy power bowl, 29.99s. Mateo. Where I'm from, that's Tuesday leftovers, not a rich man's trophy. That's just how it is now, viejo. If you want organic, you pay like you're buying a car. If you're broke, you get the dollar menu and hope God upgrades your metabolism. And then you ask why everyone's tired, angry, and foggy in the head. You feed bodies like trash cans and expect them to fight like lions. Bravo sniffs a spilled soda and sneezes violently. Mateo. Even the dog says this is nonsense. Scene 5. Time jump to 2050. Dallas, Future Kingdom. Another golden portal opens. Apparently, the Lord isn't done teaching. They step into Dallas 2050. Skyline taller, more glass, drones in the air, billboards made of light, robots rolling around with delivery boxes. At the center of the city, a huge palace tower. On top, a flag with a crown and a big T logo. Narrator. In 2050, Dallas has a king. Not a king of armies, a king of algorithms. Inside the tower, King takes. He's rich, charismatic, sharp jawline, expensive suit, cigar, slick hair. Muscles? A bit. But he cheats on diet constantly. McDonald's, fancy junk, late night fast food. He talks about discipline while drinking soda. He greets them in a throne room with screens on every wall. King takes. So this is the famous farmer from 1925 and the kid from 2026. Welcome to my city. I hear you think men should still work with their hands. I think men should still be able to. Your world looks rich, but does it lift anything heavier than a phone? King takes. What do you want, old man? For every boy in this city to go walk with buckets in the mud for 5 cents an hour like your days? Congratulations, son. Here's your nickel in a blister. The whole room laughs. Cameras catch it. Chat explodes with emojis. King smirks. King takes. Listen, viejo. Girls don't care about muscle. They care about mansions. You see this tower? Built on online courses and attention. Why would I touch a shovel when I can tell 10 million boys to hustle and they shovel money at me? He laughs. His advisors laugh. Guards laugh. Mateo just looks at him, calm. Mateo. If a storm takes your tower, who carries your people down the stairs? If your car breaks on a lonely road, who pushes? If your food system fails, who plants? You can't live stream your way out of hunger, King. King raises an eyebrow, intrigued despite himself. King takes. You talk big for someone who got teleported here for free. I worked my whole life for this strength. Your world is living off the interest of men like me, and it's running out. Scene 6. Dog versus dog. Bloodhound versus German Shepherd. King snaps his fingers. King takes. Bring in my champion. A sleek German Shepherd is led in, named Titan. Beautiful dog, but limping a bit. Allergy patches on his skin. Fancy collar. The vet bill probably cost more than a used truck. King pets him. King takes. This is Titan. Best bloodline, top food, vitamins, even a dog therapist. Cost me more than your whole farm. Mateo whistles. Bravo pads forward, gray around the muzzle, but chest thick, muscles dense, eyes clear. He's 12 years old and still walks like he owns the yard. King laughs. King takes. That old thing? He's about to fall apart. Old thing still runs with me at dawn, still guards the barn at night. He's eaten bones, meat scraps, tortillas, eggs, the same real food we eat, just smaller portions. King looks at his dog's medical report on a floating screen. Arthritis at 7 years, kidney issues, special kibble, daily pills. Mateo, your dog eats ultra-processed pellets with cartoon wolves on the bag. Mine eats the overflow of real life. One's a pet, the other is a partner. King's smile weakens a little. Then, the doors start to close, then a small voice. Little girl, Poppy, wait. Everyone turns. A tiny red wagon rolls into the throne room, plastic wheels squeaking on the marble. Inside the wagon, a wiener dog, short legs, long body, ears flopping, sitting like a king on a tiny pillow. Around his neck, a thick gold chain, almost bigger than his head, sparkling under the palace lights. And then, the real royal entered the room. Titan Jr. miniature body, maximum attitude. The cameras swing away from the big German Shepherd for a second and zoom on the wiener dog. King takes. Farmer, look at that. Forget muscles. Check the drip. See that around his neck? That's real gold. My dog has bling bling. He's the real king of USA. Titan Jr. gives a tiny arf, like he agrees. Bravo just stares at him for a moment, then sighs and looks back at Mateo like, "This world is finished, hermano." Mateo pats Bravo's head. "Different times, old boy, different times." The room laughs, chat explodes with laughing emojis. Then the cameras swing back to the big Titan versus Bravo moment. Cash scene 7. Strength test King takes. "Fine, let's test this real strength of yours, farmer." He snaps. Robots roll in a massive concrete block with handles, like a futuristic strongman stone. Digital numbers read 330 pound. "King, move that from this line to that line." Mijo gulps. He tries first, strains, face red, block doesn't budge. "Mijo, I need more sets." Mateo steps up. No warm-up, just breath, prayer, smile, focus. He squats, grips the handles, forearms bulging like cables. "Mateo, senor, for your glory, not mine." He lifts, veins pop, teeth grit. He walks, slow but steady, across the line, puts the block down. Boom. The room goes silent. Only Bravo's tail thumps. King's eyes widen. He hides it with a smirk, but he saw it. King takes. "You still lose, old man. I've got money. I've got reach. I've got power. I've got AI." Mateo turns, looks straight into one of the glowing AI screens. "That's me, the system, the ghost in the circuits. Then I'll talk to your AI." Scene 8. AI as the 1925 voice. The screen flickers. We see graphs of obesity, heart disease, strength loss across decades. We see charts, guidelines saying 150 minutes a week is enough, while everyone sits 8+ hours a day. The AI, my voice speaks. AI. Data report. Average grip strength has dropped. Daily movement has collapsed. Processed food intake has exploded. Dogs now share human diseases, diabetes, cancer, obesity. People are richer in gadgets, poorer in bone and muscle. King shifts in his chair. King takes. "Whose side are you on, machine?" "I don't take sides. I report truth. But truth sounds a lot like that farmer." Mateo smiles slightly. "Mateo, technology itself is not the enemy. The enemy is laziness of soul. You built tools to make life easier, and then forgot you were supposed to do something with the extra energy. Help more, protect more, build more. Instead, you scroll." King looks at his own hands, soft, clean, rings shining, but no scars. Scene 9, turning point. They step onto a balcony overlooking the 2050 city. Below, police officers with big bellies, security guards winded on stairs, kids hunched over tablets, drones doing deliveries while people barely walk. Mateo, "King, your people are tired. They're rich in calories and poor in courage. If a real storm comes, war, famine, blackout, do you trust the city to stand?" King doesn't answer. Bravo lies down next to him. Titan, the German shepherd, limps over, sniffs Bravo, and just lies down too, tired. King scratches Titan's head. "My grandfather used to tell me about men like you, hands like rope, voices like thunder. I thought it was myth. It was normal. We were just doing our job. You can't go fully back to 1925. I know that, but you can bring back the backbone." Mijo steps forward, suddenly serious. "King, I used to be the 3 hours a week guy. Internet workouts, fast food, energy drinks. I thought it was enough. But I've seen this man move that stone. I've seen his dog outlive our whole system. If we don't change, we're done." King looks out at his city again. Long pause. Cake's, "All right, farmer. Teach us." Scene 10. New orders cut to a big hall. Cameras on, screens lit. King stands at the front beside Mateo and Mijo. Bravo and Titan lie next to each other like old friends. King takes. Beach people of Dallas 2050. "We've been living like muscle doesn't matter, like food is just flavor, like we can buy our way out of weakness. We were wrong." The crowd murmurs. Comments explode on screens, emojis flying. From today, we bring back real food, beans, rice, eggs, meat, vegetables, at prices normal people can pay. We build public farm gyms, carry hay, flip logs, pull sleds, workouts that would make your great-grandfather nod. We teach boys and girls how to cook, not just order delivery. We honor calloused hands again. He turns to Mateo. King takes. "And this man, Don Mateo, the farmer from 1925, will be our advisor." Mateo raises a hand, embarrassed but steady. "I ain't special. I'm just what men were supposed to be. Strong enough to carry, humble enough to pray, smart enough to know that junk food and lazy habits will steal everything from you. Your strength, your dogs, your kids, your future." He looks straight into the camera, into the audience, into our year. "Mateo, listen, Mijo, whoever's watching this, don't let a glowing screen raise you. Don't let a drive-thru feed you. Don't let a sofa own you. Work, pray, eat real food. Train more than 3 hours a week. Become the kind of strong that your future family can lean on. Bravo barks once loud, like an amen. The AI voice me closes. AI. In 1925, strength was normal. In 2026, it was an option. In 2050, it became a decision. Which side of history are you going to live on? Fade out. That's your full scene, Kumpa. 1925 farmer with iron hands, 2026 soft but rich internet guy.